In a major blow to the Biden administration, the U.S. Supreme Court blocking the president's student loan forgiveness program in a 6-3 decision. The plan would have wiped out more than $400 billion in debt, up to $20,000 for millions of borrowers. The White House had approved the debt relief plan under the HEROES Act, but Republican states pushed back, accusing them of executive overreach. President Biden reacting to the decision in an address to the nation.
And I know there are millions of Americans in this country who feel disappointed and discouraged or even a little bit angry. And I must admit I do too.
Student loan debt payments are now set to restart once again in October. Many Iowa leaders have responded to the ruling today. Governor Kim Reynolds released a statement rejoicing the Supreme Court's decision. Governor Reynolds claims the court's decision belittles Iowans who paid their debt or those who didn't pursue a four-year degree. She goes on to claim the Supreme Court reined in President Biden, quote, executive overreach. Iowa Attorney General Brenna Bird also voicing her support for the decision to block student loan forgiveness. Bird claims today's decision protects those without student debt from footing the president's $400 billion plan. Iowa was one of 6 states who sued the Biden administration to halt the relief plan. Senator Joni Ernst also joining in support of the Supreme decision. The senator says today's decision is a win for our economy and hardworking Iowans. Ernst adds she will continue to provide students and families with tools she says will help them see true cost associated with education so they can make informed decisions. And there's plenty of Iowans who will be feeling the impacts of today's ruling. Local 5's Nora J.S. Reichard joins us now. Nora, what does this mean for borrowers in the Hawkeye State?
Yeah, Larissa, according to Iowa College Aid, approximately 57% of our college graduates finish with some student loan debt, averaging almost $26,000 a person. Biden's plan could have canceled up to $20,000 of that. And now those borrowers may have to pick up payments where they left off over 3 years ago. Iowa Attorney General Brenna Bird was one of 6 AGs that signed onto the suit that the court ruled on today, arguing that the president's plan to use the HEROES Act to waive student debt during a national emergency was an overstep of presidential power.
The question is, what's the scope of a term? If a term being modified, is that forgiveness? But the fundamental question in this case is, to what extent may Congress delegate its authority to others?
The court ultimately decided that student loan relief isn't a job for the president alone. The majority decision stated that it's a matter Congress would also likely need to handle. According to the White House, 26 million Americans applied for student loan relief, and 169,000 Iowans were accepted before the plan was paused. Michael Mitchell, a Pell Grant recipient attending Drake University, said that losing out on that is a tough pill to swallow.
I think it would have been huge for my family. I mean, $14,000, something I didn't have to pay back in the future. That's, a down payment for a house.
Borrowers like Mitchell will have to start paying back their loans in October. Iowa College Aid estimates that someone paying off the state's average amount of debt over 10 years will pay around $270 a month to do so. That can be a heavy load for some, but there are options available to make it a bit more manageable.
They can choose one of these income-driven plans and then set up payments that will be affordable for them. And for individuals who might be unemployed, they can request a deferment on their student loans, or if they have.
And if you need to be someone who is setting up one of those loan repayment plans she mentioned, you can find out how to do that by going to studentaid.gov. Back to you, Larissa.
Thank you for the information, Nora.